we have to understand that rest is also doing something. I'm resting. That's okay. It's okay to fucking rest. You can rest. There's your permission slip, bitch. Do you want me to sign it? Welcome back to Boss Bitch Radio. I say welcome back because I'm sure you've been here before. And today's episode is going to make more sense if you go back and listen to the previous episode, which is the 7 exercises to lose weight that have nothing to do with the gym. The subsequent episodes will make much more sense if you listen to that one first. So we will go ahead and link that up in the show notes, or if you're listening on YouTube, it will definitely be in the description as well. But today we are going to jump into the functional burnout that so many women, especially high achievers that I see often, and women over 40 that they carry, that slowly sabotage their health and wellness goals. Also some quiet beliefs and internal narratives. I'm going to go over some of those now. I keep stock of these for future content, and it all collided beautifully and was necessary for these episodes. So if you resonate with some of the things I'm about to share with you, this episode will likely be helpful in bringing you back to yourself. I'm too busy. It has to look perfect. Everybody needs me, so I don't have time for myself. I can never get my old body back. I don't have time to cook and eat healthy. I have too many meetings and work trips to stay on track. I don't know where to start. I'm too old. It will take away from time spent earning money or being with my family. It'll take time away from my kids and their activities. Ooh, mom guilt is real. How will people react when I take time for myself? Will they think I'm selfish? Have you thought of any of these things? Has any of this ever crossed your mind? I'm sure it has in one way, shape, or form. And oftentimes it'll lead to what I see with clients is a functional form of burnout where you're functioning and you're burnt out. You might not realize it, but you're firing on all cylinders and then some. And what I want you to really take away from this episode is that burnout isn't just fatigue, okay? It's oftentimes disconnect, and it can be masked as high performance, productivity, hustle culture, you name it, trying to be superwoman. I too am guilty. Hi, my name is Diane and I'm guilty. I mean, my story is very simple in that I felt like I've always been praised for being on it, right? And I talk about how last year I was definitely feeling quite disconnected and numb, and it was due to doing too much on my plate. Now, some other stories that I've told myself and have heard from clients is if I slow down, I'll fall behind. I have to earn my rest or pleasure or enjoyable things. If I'm soft, I'm weak. Softness equals weakness. My body is only valuable when I'm lean or I can control it. If I don't do it, no one will do it. Asking for help is being a burden. I'm the strong one. I cannot fall apart. I have told myself all of these things in one way or another, and I'm here to tell you there's a better way. What I like to do when I bring on new clients, especially high performers who are really falling into a lot of what I'm talking about today, is I want them to connect to their body, right? Your body needs to be felt, not just controlled. You need to feel what's going on. And sometimes we don't want to feel. We don't want to feel all the feelings because then it makes us realize we have to do work. But I'm going to tell you the only way out is through. And that is the unfortunate reality. You cannot create a new future for yourself from the same state of being that you're currently operating in. And that can be a future in a new body that you're hoping to achieve, a career change, a relationship. It has to come from new thoughts, generating new thoughts about yourself and your potential. I'm hoping that these podcasts will help you become more than just a high achiever. That's not what I want for you in this lifetime, is just a high achiever and then you neglect yourself along the way. I've talked about a few times now in recent episodes how 90% of our thoughts are from the day before. And a lot of times that leaves us in a dysregulated phase where we're jacked up on cortisol, our central nervous system is fried, our adrenals are begging for a break from overconsumption of coffee and alcohol and things of that nature. So the first phase is regulating Regulators. Who remembers that song? Gotta regulate. We gotta regulate. We gotta bring ourselves back to our bodies. When you live in stress constantly, and there are forms of good stress. So let me just make sure I mention that too. There are good stressors. But if you live in a constant state of stress that's affecting you negatively, maybe it's past or current issues, you're living in a heightened state of adrenaline, whether you realize it or not, right? Today's stressors are different than the stressors of our ancestors. They were just trying to figure out how to, catch some food and put it on the table. And now our stressors are much different. But I think because they aren't visible like that, or we don't perceive them like that, like as threat or being in a way that would risk our lives, we don't realize it, but our adrenaline in our body is jacked up. Okay, so your body, when you're living in the past or stressful thoughts or ruminating and you're very overworked and you're hustling and, you've become a back burner bitch, that mental state that you're in, your body believes it's still a past state of stress. So like if you're reliving things from the past or you have triggers from the past, your body still thinks that's happening. You keep thinking about it, you bring it up, you're ruminating on it, your body still thinks you're there. So you're living in that heightened state. But what we don't realize is you can't create a new future from that survival mode. You can't create change. You can want the body all you want. You can want the flat stomach. You can want, the booty. You can want all these things, but you're not going to be able to create that from a current state of stress because you'll get so far and then you'll get knocked off your path. And you might be nodding your head and realize that, yeah, this is what happens to me. I start this thing and then I stop because of something comes up. Now let's go into how, right? Like, how do we do this? How do we get out of this? If you listen to the previous episode, listen to all 7 of those exercises. Those are going to be some key clues. I'll share with you how I've reclaimed my power and what I have set in place, and also redefining success. I think that's a super important part of this puzzle. Before I jump into some of the regulating techniques that I invite you to try, I want to also really get into some other ways of how I see this showing up for high-performing women that I work with. Like I mentioned, the hustle culture, so productivity addiction. You can't rest without guilt. I must always be doing something. I can't sit still. Well, in a future episode, we're going to talk about how you need to reconnect to yourself and how you speak, but I'm not going to spoil that just yet. We have to understand that rest is also doing something. I'm resting. That's okay. It's okay to fucking rest. You can rest. There's your permission slip, bitch. Do you want me to sign it? Hyper control of your body. That's how I see this show up for high performing women when they are dysregulated. They have low libido. Sometimes there's an emotional flatness to them. Another one I see is, and I'm guilty of this, is chronic like, oh, I just need to give more. I just need to, do this and do that, and they'll be happier with me. People pleasing. The other way I see this is, and I see this with a lot of competitors that I've worked with in the past, and I'm working now with a couple actually retired competitors, and we're sort of rewiring their thoughts about how they show up in the world. But what's next syndrome, that's very much a problem I see with a lot of overachievers or high performing women is, okay, I achieved this goal. Well, now what's next? How about you calm the fuck down and just enjoy what you just did? How about that? Let's do that together. Let's do that. Let's hold hands and sing Kumbaya. But really, like, chill the fuck out. All right. Let's take some time to celebrate what you've accomplished. Celebrating what you accomplished is not like a permission slip for you to just be a lazy POS, piece of shit, in case you're wondering. It's celebrating and telling the universe, yes, thank you, and sit with that, right? Another one, and I know this is one for myself that I'm working through in therapy, because therapy is that good, but the inability to receive. Why is this so hard for some of us? I'm the most awkward acceptor of gifts, right? Even when I get praise sometimes, and you guys reach out and you share your love of the podcast or how things have helped you, I have to tell myself, thank you, be grateful, gratitude. and not be an awkward turtle about things, right? Because sometimes it's really difficult to receive. And that's something that I do see show up a lot of times for high performing women. And then the last one I'll mention is just being very disconnected to your desires. And a lot of times we think, oh, I don't have time to desire anything. I am too busy. This is going to show up somewhere else, sweetheart. It's going to come up. It's going to rear its ugly head somewhere. It's going to come out in a way you don't like it. So connecting to your desires is super important. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a buffet of some things in when it comes to regulating your central nervous system, really regulating your internal state of being so you can make better decisions and think a bit clearer. So something that works really well for myself, and I have been encouraging my clients to do, is doing frequent daily check-ins with yourself, okay? Pausing and thinking, how am I feeling right now? What have I been thinking about most of the day up until this point? It's just a practice in mindfulness. And when you can think about, well, what thoughts have been occupying my mental real estate? Are they good ones? Are they bad ones? Are they negative? Are they neutral? Is there something I need to address? Do I need to write some shit down? Do I need to bust out my journal and have 5 minutes of just a reset? Really, what I want you to think about is, are these thoughts serving me, or do I need to evaluate them? Really, that's what it comes down to. And then another thing that I would like you to think about, or invite you to ask yourself, is what am I avoiding by staying busy? Ooh, that's a juicy one. Let me repeat that. What am I avoiding by staying busy? What conversation am I avoiding? What situation am I avoiding? What am I avoiding in general by staying busy? Now, some other ways that I'm reclaiming my power and redefining success by regulating myself is, you guys, this is a great one. Let your body lead. Let your body lead. Let it tell you what movement you need. You might be like, what the fuck, bitch? Have you lost your marbles? No. When you wake up, you're not the same person as who you were when you went to sleep. You wake up, you're a different person. You woke up, and how do you feel today? What does your body need? What movement do you need? Do you need rest? Do you need recovery? What do you need? Do you need to get out and strength train? Do you need to get under some heavy iron? Do you need to get some yoga in? Do you need to go for a fucking swim? Like, what do you need? Go based on internal cues and not for punishment of your body for what you ate, right? Like, what is your body actually telling you? The second thing, schedule in some pleasure, not just tasks, some pleasure. What can you do for 30 minutes that is so decadent and self-involved and self-absorbed and just for the sake of whatever the hell you want? Look at your daily to-do list. Are you on there? No. If you're not on there, and that's not like going to the dentist, taking a lunch. No, look at your daily to-do list. Where are you on there? Where do you live on there? 30 minutes to an hour of just whatever the hell Diane wants to do. You know what that looked like for me? Sometimes it's driving out to Red Rock and sitting on a rock for an hour, giving zero fucks with my phone on airplane mode, not even DND, airplane, like, hi, go the fuck away, leave me alone, okay? And it is so refreshing. It's so good. It's so good for your brain, your heart, your soul. So we move into desire living. Goes hand in hand with scheduling in some pleasure for yourself. What would feel delicious in your body right now? What would it be? Coffee in bed. Oh my gosh, doesn't that sound amazing? That sounds amazing. Actually, probably about a month ago, Jack was here and he came into the room and he's like, do you want coffee? Because I decided I wanted to sleep in. I don't do that often enough. And rather than bolt out of bed and feel the need to be productive and start my day at 5 a.m. and, early bird gets the worm, I laid in bed, 6:30. It was great. He says, baby, do you want some coffee? I said, fuck yes, I want coffee in bed, please. Laid in bed, not on my phone, and just stared out the window and had a cup of coffee. And it was fucking great. Little touchstones like that. Maybe, just maybe, I challenge you to have a day in your pajamas. Oh, doesn't that sound amazing? No bra, messy pineapple one, slippers, and a cozy robe, and just be a lazy piece of shit for a day. Because guess what? Your body probably needs it. Your soul needs it. It's okay. You have permission. Again, I signed your permission slip. Possibly it's curling up with a book. When's the last time you read a book just for the sake of like, hey, I want to read this thing? I miss reading smut romance novels. Or maybe you're a history nerd and you miss geeking out on history. Like, what is it that you can just lay in bed with, sit on a couch, go to a coffee shop, go to a library, do something? Like, there is so much knowledge at your fingertips at any given moment. If there's something that you're curious about that you've never explored, it's time. Read a book. Maybe this looks like a stroll in nature. When's the last time you got out and touched some grass with your feet? It's funny, my VA and I go back and forth. We communicate through a video chatting app, and I love it when we're moving, right? Like, I hate meetings, for the record. Abso-fucking-lutely hate meetings. And one thing I did as part of all these strategies I'm going to share with you over the several weeks is saying no. And I said no to weekly meetings with my team. It zaps me from my energy. It's not pleasant. I don't enjoy it. I hate sitting in front of my laptop for any longer than I have to. And so now a lot of it is moving meetings, right? Where I'm walking and I'm sending video chats to my team. And I love it when they're also moving. And my VA is like, I'm getting out, I'm touching the earth. I'm like, yes, bitch, touch the fucking earth. Like, she needs you. Get out of the house, touch the earth, go and be in nature. Possibly this is a bath for yourself, a bath. Maybe it's a bath and self-pleasure time. Okay. There's nothing wrong with a little self-pleasure time. Get in the tub, have yourself a moment, lock the door, take what I call an incentive beverage with you. If you have not taken in an incentive beverage to do your daily hygiene activities, you're missing out. I have a fancy glass. I have several fancy glasses. I put some ice. I get myself a carbonated sparkling water. Maybe if I'm living on the edge, I'll throw a splash of some diet soda in there and just chill the fuck out. Like, bring yourself back to you, like your essence, who the hell you are before the world told you who the hell you're supposed to be, that kind of thing. Regulating that nervous system. Some other fun things that I'm enjoying that might spark some ideas for you is I have been loving infrared sauna. So there is a franchise here of some infrared saunas called Perspire Studios, and I love to sit in there 40 minutes. They have a TV that you can flip on. I will usually put on some kind of meditation or stretching video. And also, one of my newest guilty pleasures is the Gem Goddess. Go find her on YouTube and tell me you don't love her, okay? But the infrared sauna, red light therapy, chronotherapy, it's a great time for solitude, introspection, meditation, stretching, detoxing. And not in the sense of like, so you can lose 5 pounds. No, just detoxing the bullshit. Okay, how about that? The other thing I'm enjoying is yoga. Yoga for me to burn calories, like power yoga, which I was actually certified in, but like yin yoga, which is more for deep stretching, mobility, again, more inner work, introspection, meditation, reconnection, that kind of a thing. They're holding long poses. Now, this can be uncomfortable for some of you. I just onboarded a new client, and she's a high performer. She's a well-known coach in the coaching industry. I'm calling in a lot of coaches who aren't taking care of themselves. So if that's you, hi, come see me. But we had a really great onboarding call, and I said to her, I really want you to regulate your central nervous system. She's 5 to 6 Americanos a day. She's definitely living high stress. And she's, I hate yoga. And I said, well, why do you hate it? She's like, I don't hate it. It's just so slow. And I said, okay. So you're uncomfortable with stillness. That's where the work needs to be done, my friend. Pat you on the head, smack you on the ass, go to yin yoga. Okay. You'll fight through it. You'll be irritated with yourself. Everything that you feel like you need to do will come flooding. And your job is to just fucking be. Just be. That's all you need to do. Just be right there on your mat with your body in the stretch and your breath. That's it. You don't need to be in your to-do list or what has to happen when you leave there or what needs to happen tomorrow or what happened earlier in the day. Just be there. I dropped back my training. So my high stimulating workouts, I really cut them back, you guys, like significantly. And this has been huge for me recovery wise, mentality wise, enjoyment wise. I love my training. I don't dread it when I go in. It's a treat. I enjoy it. I work hard and then I leave and then I recover. And the days that I'm not training, I'm doing all this other fun stuff that brings me back to who the fuck I am. And I think that's key, right? A lot of times we want to be working out 5, 6, 7 times a week. It's unnecessary, first of all, from a hypertrophy perspective. Let me just put my logical cap on here when it comes to health and hotness. You don't need that. You need a few really good intentional weight training days. And for me, that's 3, maybe a 4th if I'm feeling frisky, but usually not 3. So I've dropped back my high intensity weight training and it's been wonderful. The other thing I've been doing that I implore you to explore is more screenless moments. No email or social on most days until I've been proactive versus waking up and being reactive. So what does that look like? You get up, your alarm goes off, you check your email in bed, you check Instagram, you go see what's going over on TikTok. Maybe you jump to YouTube, see what your favorite YouTubers have uploaded. You are now in everyone else's world. You are reacting to everything else in your face. I've done a lot of listening and learning and reading about high performing individuals over the last 20 years because I'm always fascinated and I'm always trying to be more effective, right? And learning things and learning tools to bring to my clients and obviously to the podcast. And a recurring thing that I see with some of the world's top millionaires, billionaires who look chill as fuck, right? Like, I'm like, wow, Richard Branson, bro, like, how are you so chill? They wake up, Tony Robbins. I mean, some of the most impressive people are doing amazing things in this world. Don't start off in reactivity mode. They start in proactivity. So when my clients are working with me in the Iconic coaching program, we're talking about that first hour of your morning. What's that look like? What does it look like? Are you getting up and being reactive on your phone and then jumping up and running into the kitchen and pouring scalding hot lava down your throat, aka coffee? We need to talk about that, right? So deep breath. I know this was a lot, but I think it's important. It's an important conversation to have with you, my friend, because you don't get to do life over and it's very precious. And it's one in which I hope that everyone can live to their fullest potential and being in their bodies and really living for their greatest good. And part of that is my work here. So I'm very fortunate and grateful for all of you that listen. Now, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. This was phase 1 in becoming the most iconic version of you, which is regulating your damn self, my friend. So hopefully this resonated with you. If it is resonating, I love this. Come find me, come tell me. I really encourage you to journal on today's episode. Bust out your journal. Maybe go for a walk. Listen to this episode again on a walk and then come in and crack open your journal or take your journal with you. Go sit on a fucking rock. Go hug a tree. I don't know. And just really brain dump how this landed for you and what you think needs to maybe change for you. And just choose, again, one brave action this week and start to integrate it for yourself. And I'd love to know how you feel. I'd love to know how you feel. You're not just listening to these episodes. Remember, you're leading yourself. And when you can become your own guru, life really fucking gets fun. It gets really fun. It's really fun. It's really exciting. I'm loving podcasting again because this is shit I love to talk about. So I would love for you to let me know how this feels for you. And of course, if you feel called to move deeper and really move into a transformative experience for yourself that goes beyond weight training, macros, girl, I got the tools for that shit. I get people shredded. That's not the problem. The problem is what's going on between the ears and rewiring your mindset So that's the shit I love to do. It's so much fun. So if you're compelled and you are interested in working with me, at the time of this recording, I have room for 4 more one-on-one clients. And for those of you that are like, wait, what? Yeah, I came back to myself and realized after some deep introspective work that I really miss working one-on-one with women. And so I'm changing up quite a bit this year, and I'm very excited for what it's already brought. But if you're interested, check out the link. It should be in the show notes or in the description if you're over on YouTube for the Iconic Coaching Academy. Now, listen, it's an application process. There's a lot of questions in there. If you're frustrated with the amount of questions, I'm not the coach for you, because I'm going to make you do the work, my friend. Okay? That's what I'm here for. It's not to give you a cookie cutter plan and wish you well. It's to make you do the work for yourself for a better life. So I love you. Find that link, apply. And if not, that's okay too. Find me on Instagram and let me know how this episode landed. All right. I'll talk to you on the next episode.